All right. We haven't quite kicked off just yet. I set this up to go at 8:15, and I haven't done that before. So we're going to learn as we go here a little bit. Let me just get my final pieces here together. This is sort of like a little pre-show action here. There are a lot of things to report on this week. So before we jump in, I just want to confirm the newest numbers here, and then we'll get going in just a second. I always think between the different mics and the lights and the different shooting, it's sort of like trying to get it all right at the right time here. So let me just see what we got here. I'm going to get rolling in a second. Let's see where the futures are sitting. Okay. Let's see what we got. Very nice. All right. So we're going to kick it off. Thanks for jumping on early, for watching this now. We appreciate it. Excuse me. So pretty quick one tonight. I like to always focus on a couple of things for the week ahead. And tonight's no different. So this is the second episode of this series to really give you guys a little hint of what I'm looking at, what I'm paying attention to in the week ahead here as we're starting to get the ball rolling. So I'm going to jump right in and not waste too much time here. First and foremost, the Dow Futures are up quite a bit right now. Looks like at one point we're up about 100. Looks like we're up about 182 right now. So what this means, again, this is an indicator that what we're looking at is, excuse me, we're looking at a strong open in the market. In theory, that's what they typically are, as an indicator or a signal to tell us that there's some pressure mounting in the futures market. It's pushing towards a higher open. Now, it's hard to say by the time the morning rolls around what could happen, what happens in the pre-market, what news could happen overnight while the overseas markets are open here in the U.S. So it's important just to use that as an indicator, not necessarily an end-all be-all. But that said, we had a couple of good reasons this past week and some good news that came out that really good indicators, indicative of what's hopefully going to be a pretty strong week here. So two big things I want to talk about. And again, won't be too long tonight, but first and foremost, we got the jobs report. Jobs report was awesome. So this is the non-farms payroll that came out, and we actually saw an increase of 916,000 jobs, give or take, which is huge. And by huge, we're saying that this is the highest since August of 2020. And we also saw the unemployment rate drop down to 6%. So the reason this is such a big deal is because this is a sign that people are starting to open up. They're starting to rehire. Hopefully folks who were laid off or furloughed are slowly getting their jobs back. Now I want to pump the brakes. I don't know what this means for median income, what we're looking at for pay here. Is this just, lower paying jobs? We're seeing the same kind of rates coming back. I don't know yet, but those are the kind of things I'm going to be paying attention to. So at its very minimum, what we have is a lot of new jobs coming at 916,000. We have a new unemployment rate at 6% right now as of March. So you got to take this as an investor or trader for what it is. And these are good things. These are part of the reasons we're seeing the Dow Futures up, like I said, about 182 at the last check here. So as I'm going into the week and I'm just thinking, there's some positivity in the market. We're seeing vaccines rolling out pretty quickly right now. We know that Biden has proposed this big infrastructure plan, and we're starting to see the jobs side of things come back a little bit. It's probably not perfect. They're probably not the jobs everyone necessarily wants. It may not even be the same money. But for our angle as investors, as traders, this is something to pay attention to, and it's really important as well. And excuse me, my allergies are terrible today, as you can probably tell. The other thing I want to talk about tonight, and we'll really end it pretty early, is Tesla. Tesla had a huge delivery in Q1. So they actually delivered 184,800 vehicles. That's huge. This is a big deal. This is not one of those ones where I'm going to listen to pundits tell me how, well, it could have been better, or look out for these things. 100%. There's always something to go wrong. There's always something else to pay attention to. But for what it's worth, delivering almost 185,000 vehicles in the EV space, that's huge. A big part of it as well is this huge demand in China for Tesla vehicles. So we're seeing it in the US, we're seeing it overseas. These are just good signs in general, both for Tesla investors, but also for people who are investing in the EV space as well. And the reason I bring that up is, along with Tesla and strong deliveries, we also saw strong deliveries in many of their rivals as well. So if you're starting to get into the space of looking to invest in EVs, if you're looking at the SPACs that are bringing them to market, these are good signs. Again, I like to think of it in terms of indicators or signals as opposed to being a buy or sell. But for me, these are just strong signals, good indicators that we're still growing. People are buying them. Deliveries are being met. Deliveries are being increased. This combined with the jobs report at 916,000 plus the lower unemployment rate, these are the kind of things that I want to know about on a Sunday night as I'm going into the week to think about what's happening, what's coming, what I should expect to see from the markets in my portfolio. Excuse me again. So that's it. I'm keeping it really short tonight. I tried going with the premiere for the first time ever. I don't know if I got it to work or not, so we'll find out after the fact. But again, I'm going to be doing this every Sunday night. I'm trying to keep it around the same time, and I'll start to schedule a little better once I figure out how to make that work the right way. But otherwise, I'll leave you with this. If you're getting value from this, I appreciate a like. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And let's look forward to the week ahead here. Have a good one. Appreciate you watching. And thanks so much.